Hello, and welcome everyone. Can I get a sign that you guys can actually hear me? It's working. That's very good. Okay, welcome. We have a beautiful investigating weekend in front of us. And for the ones who have been on these online retreats before, I can say that this is going to be different in the sense that the online retreats I had before, there were very specific packages of keys that I had to deliver into a camera. And that was basically why the online retreats were there, which meant that I was speaking a lot. And in this online retreat and the ones going forward, we're going to have more of an participant interactive engagement, so to speak. So we'll see how it naturally rolls, all of this. And obviously I have a good deal to share with you also, but it would be really good to dance it together in some kind of, so it hits the context, which is your living lives, basically. Yeah. To start with, I want to say that if you get in need of any technical assistance along the way, if you have trouble during the weekend, please write on support@aishasalem.com, and there will be someone ready to respond to you on that one. And then, of course, inviting you to log on a bit before the meeting starts so that you're ready when it's actually time. Yeah. And lastly, I want to say that the recordings are available for 1 month after the weekend, where you can re-engage with the contents. And what else is there? Yeah, we are going to upload the recordings as we move along. So in the end of each day, the recordings from that day, as in these meetings that we're having, they will be uploaded on the online retreat page meetings, like for you to go there. Yes, I think that was everything. I want to say that most of you know how this Zoom thing works, but basically we're going to do the question answer thing. I'm going to get back to that when it's time for that later. And for now, I think we should just venture into the first meditation together here. Yeah. So I wish for you to find a good seat, and for you to sit yourself in a way where you know that you can sit for a good while without moving too much around. Make sure you're fairly comfortable in the sense that no overstrain on a specific position, but also not so relaxed that actually there isn't this inner firmness of your holding your body up straight. So no collapsing, but relaxing with your presence in your body. Yeah, exactly. Very good. So inviting you to close your eyes. I'm going to probably speak a few words during the meditation. I might go quiet in between. Some guidance, some simply words of silence that lead you deeper. So please start out by simply registering your body in its entireness. Just notice your body in its full form as you're sitting here, with your feet and your ankles. Your lower leg and knees. Your thighs and your hips. Your genitals and your seat. Your belly. From lower belly to the upper part. Your rib cage and solar plexus. The depths behind the rib cage. Your heart. Your full chest. Your shoulders and your arms and elbows. Lower arm, wrist and hands. Your backside, your lower back. Your root. Middle back. Your shoulder blades. Just aware of the spine all the way from that root and its movement. It's organic wave going all the way up into your throat. And including your head. Your ears and back head. Your neck. The top of your head. Cheekbones. And jaw. Teeth. Tongue. The part which is actually the top of your spine, those last pieces. And then just allowing yourself to rest also into that headspace, fully including your brain. Allow the natural movement of your lungs in its breath, breathing in and out. Allowing your exhale to be a return to the silence, that which is prior to another wave of life that happens in your inhalation. Allow yourself to especially notice the gap between your breaths. So giving yourself a little space to rest in that gap between your exhale and your inhalation. Give yourself space to rest in between your breaths. To familiarize yourself with that silence. Just as you can let yourself disappear in that space between your breaths, so can you emerge in that space that holds both infinity and intimacy. So allowing your body to be present, allowing the world to exist. And doing so on a deep foundation of vastness. So I ask you now to bring into your body space one single contemplation or question that is for you to feel into. What does it mean for you to be real in this world? What does it mean to be real in this world? Take that question in like an old friend and just be with it in your body space. Don't ignite a lot of thoughts to try and answer the question more. Take it as an old friend. Bring it into you. And be present with it now as throughout the weekend. What does it mean to be real in this world? does it mean to be real in this world? I invite you to breathe with that question. I invite you to hold that question as if with inner hands, like a bird in a nest inside of you. And I invite you to walk with it and sit with it, to write with it, to dance with it. I've established that as a baseline of your presence here now. I invite you to aware your spine. In addition, from your root up through the lower back, the middle back, between the shoulder blades and up your neck. So aware of that bird in the nest and your entire spine at the same time. Make sure that you're sitting straight. Rest your head into that nest. And rest your heart into that nest. And let the nest itself rest in the very deepest ground inside of you. Down in your pelvis, down in your lower belly, down in the very bottom soil of your body. The answers that our heads need and our hearts need surely must come from that unity we have between body and earth. We must trust that that which we need on earth, we find in earth. So that rest into the bottom line, holding that question, can open the doors for those inner recognitions that allows for the earth wisdom which this is, which the answer is. So right here, right now, you can consider yourself in a free fall into that wisdom, into that question and its very essence. You can find that you rest into that nest, into that question, as it lies here at the very bottom point inside of you. Actually, you're bowing and bending and tending to that. It's what allows your mind to bend into the earth, allows your heart to bow to the earth. And I just have a feeling we're going to find a lot of the answers simply by that movement. What does it mean to be real in this world? Living integrated. Living integration. Bowing, bowing. Core points. Humility, surely. We'll get back to that. Another core point, innocence, the innocence of rest. Listen and let life happen. Again, we're going to come back to that. Please see the difference from getting up and moving out. And see the difference between that movement and then this. If you consider this, meditation and these instructions basically to be an invitation back to your like the root rest of yourself. Back to the beginning, where you will also find the end. As they're basically the same thing. Just want to mention for a moment, speak a bit to the beauty that this is. The beauty of bowing to the fact of not knowing. That kind of beauty which is born when we do bow our minds and our hearts into that deepest point inside and hold it tenderly there, exactly as I say, with this, like a bird in a nest. Please spot for a moment that this is actually the root of the beauty of man and the root of the tenderness that we can hold and have in our lives as a part of our journey if we truly recognize that living of reality as the full inclusion. Please see that this is pivotal to living compassion, not for someone or something, but for everything and nothing. And yes, this is true. That is exactly how these come together. The compassion, the everything we find in our hearts, the one being, the unity consciousness, and the nothing, which is the reality of an emptied mind, a silent and unknowing mind, but an open mind. Just resting into that nest inside. What does it mean to be real in this world? I know I just threw a lot of pieces of information in here, but they are all relevant to what we need to touch during this weekend and basically what is relevant for you as a human being. So see if you can, rather than focus on one or another of what I've mentioned, see if you can allow yourself to widen out that point which is seeking for a single answer, and see that in your widened out, relaxed state, you can be with all of these pieces of information. This is what we're waiting for. And this is what we need. The absorption of these keys. In a relaxed frame of mind and being. So let yourself receive the gems of that. Don't grasp at anything. Don't be afraid to not get it or anything like that. Just relax even deeper and just meet me in this. In that wide open, which isn't about somewhere else, which is deeply here, in ground, in body, in mind, in belly, in heart, in your living life as everything and anything that has anything to do with you. Full mind's relaxation, and heart's relaxation, and your belly's relaxation, your arms and your legs. Just allowing for your human body to be a vessel of receptivity. Like an instrument being tuned to a frequency of reality. I'm gonna invite you to gently return to the screen now. Just for a moment, register in your body what our sitting here together offered you, what it invited you to surrender to and be with. And we're going to take a 15 minutes break now, and then we're going to do another sitting. Thank you. Hey, hey. Is everyone back? Let me see. More or less. Yes, you guys are back. All right. So I kind of just want to continue with you in that meditation. Yeah. So please place yourself once again in a way where your spine has its natural curve. No collapsing. Just a proper seat. And a rest down into your body. You can close your eyes once more. And let's just move into the very bottom by bending our minds to rest into an inner nest in the bottom of the body. And letting our hearts bow into that inner nest as well. And inside this nest, we have one single question. What does it mean to be real in this world? The bending of your mind to rest into that bottom, into that nest. And the bowing of your heart. It's yes to love. To be conscious and present all the way into this nest is what invites and lures out the answers as the earth wisdom, that which can only arrive when we agree to rest in and down deep in our bodies, in our soul, deep into the earth. I invite you to let your let your hands rest in your lap, but kind of with the fingers interlocked, kind of like making that nest as the insides of your palms pointing up in front of your belly. You can consider yourself that nest. You can consider yourself that open bowl of receptivity. and leaves you standing open to receiving all those answers that basically and deepest seen comes from the very innermost knowing of you, the innermost being of you. You can find freedom here to not know. In this rest, you can find freedom to acknowledge the not knowing, but moreover to stay in the non knowing, stay in the unassuming, the non concluding. This, a big part of being real in this world. Accepting that we don't know and finding our peace with the fact that it's not about an answer. That it's not about asking a question, getting the answer, and then closing the door. But more that being real in this world actually invites us to stand open for that wisdom to arrive, to let it play its part, and to keep on knowing nothing in a way where life can keep on leading us and feeding us with the information that we need, with the updated information. If we think we know, we can't be alive, flexible, or truly responding to the moment, because we will be approaching everything with a background idea that we think we know what's going on, and we will try to enforce our reality upon any situation, opportunity, or choice waiting to be made in our life. The fact is this: we simply don't know. And we can stop pretending to know. We can stop pretending to know. So probably that is step one in the part of being real in this world. To know the fact that true intelligence and real knowing is developed through our being, not through our thinking, not through our grasping information, and definitely not through thinking that we know anything. I invite you to be with that for a moment. I invite you to let that tension go, which exists deeply in your mind. As someone solid in the head. Imagine if you relax there. And just let go as much as you can of that grip that you have upon your mind that enforces the idea in you that you know anything. With this relaxation, and with the not knowing, you can invite freedom in. To say it straight, it's a great relief to accept that we don't know anything. It's a great relief to accept may turn up the heat in your head, in your body. If you dare even for a moment to actually allow that relaxation and invite and let in that flush of life, which is pure intelligence. Acceptance is a great relief. And you can basically start truly learning then. Acknowledge for a moment what you would actually have to meet of feelings. To be able to stand in that not knowing. Acknowledge for a moment whether and how this scares you. Acknowledge that there can be no strategies there to survive. Acknowledge that the only thing there's room for when you truly let go to that is trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in life. Trust in your body. Trust in your life. Trust in life. I invite you to receive that freedom. That comes with no longer insisting upon knowing something, but on knowing everything. There is something precious here. Something truly and deeply valuable. Passing that threshold into trust in life. And we all take little steps of that all of the time. But to say it straight, all of these little steps are just our little steps towards getting ready for that free fall. The free fall cannot truly happen before we fully give up our attempts to control with our mind. Can we control with our minds? Yes. Does it enrich in anything that we do? No. Control that we exert through our minds are fully a result of fear, a result of mistrust in life, and therefore a baseline for manipulation of that which otherwise would not be that way. No deeper voice to uncover, a deeper voice to let speak and hold authority. And it is your real authority. I invite you to refocus on your breath. Allow yourself to inhale and exhale in relaxation. And to be alive and awake to your body's inner environment. And let your inhalation be a strengthening of your consciousness in your lungs as your ribs rise, and let yourself be carried back into the depth with your exhale. lungs, breath, chest. Relax yourself deeper into your headspace. Just letting your breath continue and letting that nest at the bottom be nurtured by your calming of your system, by your letting go. Mm. Without leaving that rest in your head, without stopping your breath. Let your pelvis breathe along. Breathing yourself as a gentle wave of consciousness through both your headspace and your pelvis, with your lungs naturally setting the course. Let yourself fully love what's here in this moment. I'm grateful for whatever you're the experience offers you right now. Not trying to get away from anything, just resting with everything. Surrender. 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 Return your focus for a moment to a deeper rest into your headspace, opening your mind by letting go of that grip on the mind that causes ongoing erratic thought. Just rest your mind. Letting your lungs carry you for a while. And breathing in and breathing out. Just letting life touch you, really. Letting it bring you beyond the ideas, the contractions and the restrictions. Just straight into that nest of trust. What does it mean to be real in this world? Let yourself open. Let yourself receive. Let yourself receive yourself. wide open to life. Letting your breath carry you. Integrated, integrating, integration, integral living. This I invite you to slowly return to the screen once more. Wonderful to be here with you guys tonight. And we're going to take an hour and 15 minutes now for your dinner or whatever you need to attend to. And I invite you to drink a lot of water during this weekend. And basically to give your body some space to move and to breathe well. Yeah. So an hour and 15 minutes, and then we're going to meet up for some conversation. I'm looking forward to that. See you. Thank you.